The economy reigns supreme as a key voter issue. Home prices, immigration, abortion, and fracking are other top voter issues in these swing states. Many are saying tonight is the time for Harris and Walz to reassure protective rights for military and veterans. Maryland drivers have something to be thankful for this holiday season, and that's a drop in gas prices. West Muhammad would have never imagined he'd be attending college before he could even learn how to drive. But Brown didn't just build a restaurant and bar here in College Park. He built a community and a family. A somber week in College Park as the community mourns the loss of John Brown.
I think he was very respectful of all of us and just wanted to help us as much as he could.
John Brown was the beloved restaurant owner and founder of R.J. Bentley's filling station, and to many, a mentor and a friend.
Just great man, great individual.
Evan Barrett is the manager at Bentley's. He's been there 11 years, met his wife there, and developed a close relationship with his boss, who danced at his wedding.
I was lucky enough to have his mentorship and friendship over these past 11 years.
The salt of the earth.
Stan Goldstein has been going to Bentley's for more than 30 years. He's a top donor to Maryland athletics, giving millions of dollars each year, and at the same time recognizing Brown's generosity too.
Generous and loyal, and that's how he was to his friends and to his beloved basketball program.
So beloved that former players donated and decorated the walls here with their jerseys. It was here that fans gathered on game day to see John, or JB as they call him, before watching their Terps in action. Current men's basketball coach Kevin Willard says after he took the job with Maryland Athletics, he had his first beer in College Park with John Brown.
You talk to anybody that's ever had anything to do with Maryland basketball, John Brown's been a supporter, he's been a fan, he's been a confidant.
And a friend. I reached out to NBC Sports commentator Jimmy Roberts, who commented on John's death on social media. Jimmy worked for John Brown before he became a friend and a part of the family.
John has 3 kids, Tucker, Sarah, and Katie, but he's got thousands of children. I was just lucky enough to be one of them.
Lucky and thankful. Jimmy was not able to donate a jersey, but he gave his friend John Brown something that is as hard to come by. One of the 13 Emmys Jimmy has won over the years.
I can't think of a better place for one of those Emmys than where it is, which is above the cash register at Bentley's. I'm a part of the place now.
Leila Cox, CNS TV News.
We've been in an era of political violence for years.
Threats of political violence around the U.S. presidential election raise voter concerns. Concerns that Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump may once again make false claims about election fraud and promote violence similar to the attack on the Capitol that took place on January 6th, 2021.
That's clearly where we're headed. This is not going to be a normal election in any way, I don't think.
Dana Priest teaches a course at the University of Maryland that explores media's role in investigating both foreign and domestic extremist groups, like the Proud Boys, who former President Trump has praised in the past.
By people that were very fine people.
We are in a period of time when there's a rise in domestic extremists in all sorts of different ways, in the mass shooters, in underground organizations that are forming, that have a history in the United States and some that are new.
Priest says Trump's long history of enabling white supremacy will continue if he's elected to another term.
If he wins, I expect to see his administration carry out some of the anti-democratic proposals that he's already put forth, and an anti-immigrant / non-white revenge type of policies.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
And this is the question so many people have now, given Trump's racist rhetoric and hate speech, which his own campaign now says it is worried about. Could this country possibly be facing a race war if he wins? Navy veteran and Republican delegate Joanne Fisher says the idea of a race war is outrageous and has this warning for Black people in this country.
We don't have an airplane, we don't have a military base, we don't have an armory of guns and weapons, we don't have any sailing ships and boats, we don't even have any money. And the thing is that if we get involved with the race war, who do you think is going to be in the lead? White people.
And as such, Fisher says she will be voting for Trump, and her solution to avoiding a race war is to urge the community to support him. Baltimore City Council nominee Christopher Anderson has similar sentiments. Anderson says a vote for Trump is a vote for a safer America. But if Harris is elected,
the only race war we're going to see is a proxy brown and Black race war. We're not going to see a white or against Black race war ever.
A new study by Public Religion Research Institute found nearly 1 in 3 Republicans with a favorable view of Donald Trump say political violence is acceptable.
We can't act like there's ever been a period in our nation's history where there hasn't been far-right political violence.
But even PA, who has a track record of pro-Black research, says he doesn't want people to think of Donald Trump as the boogeyman.
The downfall of America's democracy isn't dependent on Trump. Like, Ron DeSantis is equally as bad. Greg Abbott is equally as bad. And more competent.
Dr. Nichols says he does not expect the aftermath of the election to be clean, whether Trump or Harris becomes the next president.
Will it be the kind of race war that people thought was coming in the 1960s? Where it would be guerrilla warfare in the streets? Probably not, but I definitely think that you will see massive chaos.
Leila Cox, CNS TV. I met with one local entrepreneur earlier today who shared his story about how living with autism led him to become his own boss.
And then suddenly, I talked to my parents, my mom, my dad, my brother. It's like, what will I do when I grow up?
After years of bagging groceries and stocking inventory, Marcus Moore wanted more.
Growing up was a bit hard because I was a bit bullied in school, and I was working at jobs before More Crunch. I knew that working, I won't be able to help take care of myself, make sure I'll be okay, make a living like everybody else, just live like everyone else.
And so, More Crunch Pretzels was created.
Why I choose pretzels? Because I love food.
But turning that passion into profits is not easy. According to the 2022 annual business survey, 3% of business owners in the U.S. have disabilities. 9.5% of them are self-employed entrepreneurs, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics.
With autism, there could be challenges, and it's okay to say no to some things ahead, like some things may work and some things may not work. And growing up, I learned that.
More Crunch Pretzels is sold across the state, including the specialty shop made in Maryland.
More Crunch is amazing, and we're finally happy that they're back. I can't wait to see how it does. I know a lot of the students that come in have been waiting for them. They were asking about them.
The More Crunch mission is to raise awareness that each time customers open bags of his pretzels, they're opening doors for people with autism, and he has this message for them.
Just always pursue happiness and be happy for who you are.
Leila Cox, CNS TV. And if flying is in your Thanksgiving homecoming plans, prepare for some sky-high prices. I'm Leila Cox, and this is CNS TV. One of the biggest challenges facing this aging population is safe, affordable housing. Tonight, one county is taking on the challenge. CNS's Jordan Bundy joins us live. 9 people have been killed and 14 injured in an Israeli airstrike. We are 3 weeks away from the election. The most recent NBC News poll shows both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are deadlocked. CNS's Amani Abiano talked to artists who say forget the stigma. People who get tattoos have a story to tell. Breaking news tonight out of Howard County, police have charged a juvenile suspect in connection with the murder of a 26-year-old. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken made his 11th visit to Israel today for another diplomatic push. But there are some key and tight races that could shift the balance of power. Nathan, as someone who hates the cold and keeps a pair of earmuffs handy, I need to know if our weather today is what to expect for the rest of the week. The economy reigns supreme as a key voter issue. Home prices, immigration, abortion, and fracking are other top voter issues in these swing states. Tell them CNS sent you. Now, guys, it was great meeting Marcus earlier. I have goodies for everybody.
Oh,
I
get
bought
out.
some pretzels
Come
for
on.
everybody.
All right, pass them down.
Pass them down, try them out.
What flavors?
We've got buffalo and Maryland crab, but he has 5 flavors for you guys to choose from. If
Wow.
not, we can take a trip to the Crofton Farmers Market this weekend. Amani, thank you. This is just super exciting, guys. I don't know if you're familiar with the Go-Go, Backyard Band, Rare Essence, Chuck Brown, EU, doing the butt. But I'm super excited to check it out in January, and we're all going to take a CNS trip to the Go-Go Museum.
So I'm not familiar, but I think I just learned a lot in the last 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Right
you
after this,
definitely
I got you guys. I got you. Bring it all the way back home. You guys already know I'm not a fan of the cold and all the Arctic air. So this weather is a perfect time to have a bowl of soup, cozy up, and watch your favorite show. I know my mom has a pot of gumbo waiting for me at home, and the only time I'll be going outside this weekend is to walk my dog. Sending it back to you, Nate and Jonas. Stay cozy.